Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome to my new Let's Play. Welcome to Super Mario Advance. The first of multiple playthroughs of Super Mario Bros. 2, because that's what this game technically is, a remake of Super Mario Bros. 2. I'm playing the most recent and therefore the most complete version first. It'll be a 100% playthrough. It's well suited for this version because it is the most expanded version of it. So it suits doing a 100% playthrough of this game with this version the best. I'm doing this one first, unlike with the other Mario Bros games I've done so far, the first and second, which we know as the lost levels here, where I did my challenge run of it first. Don't worry, I have one planned for this one as well. Like the first two, I'm also going to do the original version for that. It'll be another don't get hit challenged. In the case of this game it will be a one heart challenge then, because this does not have a power-up system like the first one has, and the technically second one, the lost levels I mean with that. Because this game technically isn't a Mario game, at least it wasn't when it came out first. This game was originally released in Japan as Doki Doki Panic, a platformer which has completely nothing to do with Mario, but later became a Mario game because of Japan deciding Super Mario Bros. 2, the lost levels for us, it's way too hard for the West, let's give them something easier, because they still gonna want to have a Mario 2. So they took another platformer from Nintendo's hand and poured some Mario characters in that. And that became our Mario Bros. 2. Nowadays, an actual Mario game. It was even released in Japan as a Mario game under the name of Super Mario Bros. USA. Alright, what are we doing here? What is the story here? Because this is another game that fails to tell the story, like a lot of these old games do. Mario was one day having a dream, and in that dream he was walking around finding a staircase leading up to a door. And once he went up into that door, he found a magical, fantastical world called Subcon. The people there spoke to him, "Welcome to Subcon. Help us please." Of course they were in trouble. "We are being... yeah, how you call it? Well, they were being suppressed by an evil person. Of course there's an evil person. The evil toad Wart has taken over Subcon. And don't worry, it's not a Mario toad, so it's not like the mushroom guys. No, this is an actual toad, the amphibian kind. And he was kind of controlling the lands here of Subcon. And suddenly Mario was awake again. And that very next day, when having a picnic with his brother Luigi, the princess and her servant Toad, this is of the mushroom kind, as you can see here in the introduction screen, they found a cave. And after they went into that cave and found another door there, they suddenly realized, at least Mario did, he recognized that place from his dream. He actually was in Subcon this time, with the same troubles as he found in his dream, as if the dream was a little bit of a vision of an adventure he's supposed to have in order to save the magical land of Subcon. Right, we've seen enough of the introduction screen for now. That's the story of the game. There's a little bit more to it. I'll explain once we go through the game. But first, what makes Mario Advance different from the actual Mario Bros. 2? Well, first of all, it's a compilation game. It consists out of 2 games. If you go in, as you can see, the game tells you choose a game. Super Mario 2 and Mario Bros. Yes, this game also acts as a remake of Mario Bros. Another game that I've played on this channel earlier. Its original version on the NES, not the original, because it was an arcade game, of course. But the first release on a Nintendo console on the NES has also been remade in this game. This is something for the bonus content. I'll obviously also cover this. And I'm only going to cover this here because it is in Super Mario Advance 2, 3 and 4 as well. but they're all the same. So I'm going to cover this only once, and I'll do it in the original Mario Advance, the first one. Suits the best. But this is where we're here for, the remake of Super Mario Bros. 2. It's called Super Mario 2 here for some reason. But it's Super Mario Bros. 2. Right, let's go in. Well, first of all, this game has a file select screen, as you can see. There's no one playthrough you can do, so multiple people can play here. I'm gonna go with file B, like I always do for some reason. And you are thrown into the character selection screen. This is the first game that actually introduces character selection. The Lost Levels has this as well, but you couldn't switch in between levels. Every single level, again, you get to choose one of the characters we all know and love. And as you can see, they all have some trademarks. Power, which I'll explain later once we get into the level. And the speed and jump speak for themselves. The more stars they have, the more of that characteristic they have. They're either slow or fast. Toad is the fastest, as you can see, 5 stars per speed. But he can't jump very high, only 2 stars. Peach is very slow, but doesn't jump very good. Isn't even very strong, therefore looks like to be the weakest character. But she has one unique trait that distinguishes her from the rest, so don't let these characteristics blow you down. I'll just simply switch every level on order. I'm gonna pick Mario, the middle of the road character. 4 stars on everything. Right, World 1-1. As you can see, there's a little map here. Each world has 3 courses, and there are 7 courses in 7 worlds in total. And World 7 only has 2 courses. Right, how does this game work? As you can see, we are being thrown into a level. There are hearts here in this game. No mushroom power-up system like we know in the other games. Pick up hearts to heal yourself. On the top left of the screen you can see how much health you have. Get hit, you lose 1. Pick up a heart, you gain 1. Lose them all and you die. That's simple. Right, there's a score system on the top right. That's not really important. Right, here is one of the mechanics of the game. The vegetable system and the item pick-up system. All around Subcon you find these vegetable places which you can grab. This is where the power of the character comes in. The stronger the character is, the faster it'll pick up these vegetables. But they're not always vegetables. Here we have an instance of... Which one was it? It was this one. A jar. This will take us to a mirror world for a short period of time. And I missed a mushroom. Great start. There's a mushroom over here on this end of the platform. And apparently I wasn't far enough. Yeah, if you move yourself to that mirror world, I'm not really sure what it's called right now. Might look that up later. If you go there, you have some things you can grab. There are more instances, so I'll show that off later. But you can only do that on that screen. You can't scroll the screen inside of that mirror world. Right, another thing this game introduces is the Shy Guys. You might have recognized them already. The Shy Guys were first introduced in this game. They were introduced in Doki Doki Panic, in fact. So at first they weren't Mario characters. Funny how that turned out. One of the most iconic Mario enemies is now... who is now an iconic Mario character, was originally not even in a Mario game. What one decision of recreating a game into a Mario game could bring you to. Right, the cherry system. You may have seen I've grabbed 5 cherries. Once you do, a Starman always appears. And like any other Mario game, if you kill a certain number of enemies, you get a 1-up. I was unable to do so. Right, there's a 1-up in there, in that bubble. If you throw things at it, it'll burst open. You need to hit it twice, I think, maybe 3 times. Oh, there's a clock there. And I'm not really sure what triggers that, but if you have a certain amount of points, I think, then the next vegetable you grab will automatically turn into a stopwatch, which stops all the enemies in their tracks for a short period of time. And sometimes these big vegetables are there, making it easier to hit enemies. Alright, here's a shortcut to the boss of this level. Each course has a boss in this game. Here you have some bombs you can use to blow up these walls. You need to time this correctly. And you can use that as a shortcut to the boss. I'm not going to, because I'm also, like I said, it's a 100% playthrough, so I am going to collect all of the ace coins. There are ace coins in this course. I've already collected 3 of them. Here's 1-up. They can be seen at the top middle of the screen. You have 5 in each level. And they are required for 100%. Alright, here's another chance for a mushroom. Let's see if I can do this right this time. Yeah. Now I can grab it. And also, in these mirror sections, any vegetable plant you grab in the mirror world will not be a vegetable, it'll be a coin. Collect many coins for a mini-game at the end of each course. Right, I'm supposed to have 4 hearts now, but I missed one. I'm not really gonna care because I showed off where it was. The first jar I picked up, I was just too far to the right, so the mushroom was a little bit off screen. But believe me, it is on that other edge that was unable to see. So make sure you have it in your sight. Right, there's a jar here. This was not here in the original version, by the way. There are some differences in the original version in comparison to this one. But in this version, there's a jar in this cloud. And if you take this jar over here, on this cloud, I believe it's this one, might be the next one. Yeah, there's another mushroom here. Well, I missed the first one. The second and the third one I had right on the spot. Right, another trick. If you hold down long enough, Mario will start glowing, or any other character use. And you can use that to make a bigger jump than you normally can. Right, here we have the ninjas, another iconic Mario character. Here's the 4th coin. This is the whole reason I didn't take the shortcut. I did show it off, but I'm not taking it because the final coins we need to collect are on the normal path to the boss. This will happen more often in the future. I will not be taking a lot of shortcuts because of this being a 100% playthrough. Most of them are not on the shortcut path, but sometimes they are. But whenever I skip a section or a pathway or a shortcut, I will show off what that is and where it leads to. Right. This takes care of the first level. We have some hearts if you need healing. This will take us to the first boss, which is always Birdo. This game introduces also Birdo, another character we now know and love as one of the staple Mario characters. And like Shy Guy, was remarkably enough, therefore, at first not even a Mario character. But it is now. Yes, and I'm calling it because Birdo is technically genderless, I believe. I don't think it's a he or a she, even though you might say it is a she. Right, over here, up here, is where the shortcut leads to if you took that door. Mario can't jump high enough, so I can't really show it off. But you come from up here if you would have taken the other door. Right, beating the boss, which you can do by throwing her eggs back at her 3 times, will take you, or give you a crystal, and grabbing the crystal will open up the exit gate, which is these big bird statues, which will open up. And going in will clear the course. And once you have cleared the course, you get this mini game. And how many times you can play depends on how many coins you've gotten. You can throw in as many coins as you want in one go, as you can see. You can bet up to every coin you have. I think it's the best to just go with 1 and try it with that. And like any slot machine, getting 777s is the biggest reward, of course. Gives you 10 lives. And all the other prizes are in between. The cherry is the one you're going to want to have at the first slot. Whenever you get a cherry at the first slot, you always get 1 up, no matter what the rest is. 2 cherries will always be 2 up, despite of what the third one is. And I didn't get anything, so... But anyway, that's how that works. Right, time for a second level. This time we have Luigi. He's a little bit weaker than Mario. He's a little bit slower than Mario, but he has the superior jump. Like we know from the Lost levels. The game that first introduced that fact. Luigi has the superior jump. But he does skid around a lot. He does that in this game as well. Right, we start off with Mr. Flying Carpet guy here. which we need to steal from him, because we can't jump the big gap ourselves, which is coming up. Right, Luigi has a little trouble of getting on, but I've got it. Right, ace coin over here. Don't miss it, and one over here. Not really needed to get that one from the carpet, because you can jump from here. Luigi has a really high jump. Right, in here, one up. Why not? Right, if we move on, get rid of the Nijis, we see our first instance of a locked door. Locked door means we need key. And key is inside of this pot. But first, let's grab ourselves a mushroom. Go away. Yeah, there it is. I believe it's in between these two jars. Yep, right on the spot again. Let's get some coins for our roulette at the end. You don't have to go back through the door if you're done. Like I mentioned, it's timed, so you can just let time run out in that mirror world and you automatically get transported back to wherever the door was. Right, grabbing the key will also awake these Phantos, which are the guardians of the key. As you can see, they start to swoop in and try to kill you. Getting rid of them can be done as easily as throwing the key down for an instance. They will stay away for a while. The first one is really easy, of course. We get more difficult instances later on. Right, now we need the bombs. We've seen them in the first level before, but now we actually need them. Not a new enemy. Sniffits. Also introduced in this game. They act like Shy Guys. They technically are Shy Guys. They just... Oh, and respawned already. Thank you. They just shoot out bullets, as you can see. Right, now we need to go down here. One gap isn't enough, so throw another one. Here we have another of these potions, which we can use to transport ourselves to the mirror world, because there's another mushroom over here. Is this going to be the first level where I'm actually going to get them all? Right, another thing I need to mention. What you saw in the first course, me skipping out on the first heart, or the first mushroom technically, which gave me a new heart. If I end up missing one because of misplacing wherever I need to go to get that heart, I'm not going to bother trying again to get that heart again, because it is not required for 100%. I'm just going to show it off for completionist sake, where they are. But missing out on one or two or all of them is not really needed, because it does not count towards your 100%. Right, here's another mushroom. I believe it's up top of that hill where the potion was found. I don't really need it. It's somewhere over here is what I mean. I'm not exactly sure, but there is a fifth or third mushroom over there. But I'd rather not grab it because the end of the level is coming up, and I'd rather have this patch of vegetables here because of the many coins it has. But there is another mushroom up there. But once again, not required to grab for 100%. So if you're struggling with the boss, there's extra health, just saying. Right, Luigi's time to face Birdo. It's a little bit more tough because Luigi has a little more awkward jump. So you need to time out the eggs a little bit better. But it's still possible to do. Right, one more. Yeah, let's not talk about the voice acting in this game. That's another thing they added in the Super Mario Advance version. Voice acting. Please, Nintendo, don't do voice acting. You're really bad at it. It sounds really cheesy in this game. Like it does in all... Ooh, close one. Like it does in all of your games. But it does have some funny moments. Oh, another close one. I'm getting better at this. Another one. No, another nothing. Especially the Birdo voice acting is really weird in this game. I'll remember this. This is as far as you go. It's really infamous, actually. Oh, at least I got my first one up now. And as you can see, it's player bet times the number of lives. If I would have bet more lives, that would have given me more lives. I just like rolling them. Maybe if later in the playthrough I think these things start to take too long, I'll just throw in all my coins at once to get this over with quicker. Right, we're at 20 minutes now. Are we? Yeah, it's 20 minutes already. Oh, went rather quickly. Well, anyway, therefore I think I need to stop the video now. I could do one more level, but it's a boss level, an actual boss level, end of the world boss level, so it's going to take a little longer. And I don't want a chance going up to 30 minutes. I still think around 20 minutes is the best video time if I do my series when I cut them up in parts. I know I could just continue and play this like one whole session and cut up the videos on my own, but I just like closing off my videos. I think that's a little more civilized than just continuing and throwing in a to be continued screen. I know I'm doing that with Mario Party, but I kinda have to there, so. But this is a Let's Play that gives me the chance to close off my videos properly. So I think I'm gonna do so. So next time I'm going to continue with Toad, who is the strongest for some reason, and the fastest character of all, but has the worst jump. And he will be taking on the first boss of the first world. We'll see how this goes. Alright. See you next time. Treecks out.